So, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for saying my name so beautiful. I say that. My name is Aaron De La Cruz, visual artist based here in San Francisco, California. You look at the NFL Origins collection that's taking place here in San Francisco for the Super Bowl. You want to know about the work?
Yeah, but let's look at your wall. Let's go to the wall first.
Right.
Because Aaron is actually an artist, creating canvases, and now he's here with his art on clothing. So tell to me a little bit about this journey from when NFL approached you and how it has taken off since.
Man, okay, that's a long story, but I'll try to make it fast. Not fast, I'll try to get to the sweet spots. Well, I guess I started by get that email that I think is fake. And so I'm right on business manager. He said it's legit, and so we started a conversation. This conversation was about creating a collection for the Super Bowl, working with the NFL, and they were saying, "Am I up for this opportunity?" Because most of the time they work with brands. You know, I'm not a clothing brand. Produced screen printed shirts about 20-something years ago. I've done little collabs here and there, but never a cut and sew collection, never a line and stuff. So I said, thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said yes. You know, so I was hesitant because I just didn't know what to do at first. I knew that if I were to do this, I wanted the work and whatever I'm producing to feel authentic to how I would approach a canvas or a mural. My aesthetic is very minimal. I usually work around the idea of like reduction and taking something that's, you know, complex and break it down to its most simple form. So for me, my approach was, well, how do I take the sport of football and break it down to its most simplest form visually? So I focused on three things. One was the player, one was the coach, third one was the referee, right? So player, because I have sons who play the sport. I have a nephew who's deep in it, just playing Pop Warner. He's varsity, now he's from the University of Arizona. His name is Quarry Man. Got to put him out there because he helped me out on this project. He's been on the trajectory. He's on NIL. He's on the trajectory to go to the big leagues. So I leaned in on that a lot, and so I thought about those three elements. Okay. So for me, at first was the coach. The coach, how does that tie into what I do? My work is always about hand gesture movements, painting, graffiti, whatnot. I said the coach draws these plays out. Okay, so the coach will, you know, draw a play out onto for this one in particular, this is my interpretation of like an expo marker on a whiteboard. Okay, so that's, but see, we have a black shirt with white on as well. It's kind of a nod to like chalk on a chalkboard, right? That's the old school, you know. But so that was one thing. So then you have the coach and the player. The player has to read these plays over and over and over. They study players like it's, you know, it's their religion, right? So I thought about that. And the coach communicates his thing. He writes his things down. That's what I want to kind of focus on. The player then has to study these plays, but on top of that, they have to physically run these routes. They have to physically run these things they're learning. And on top of that, they're also taking these like physical hits all over their body in the sport. So that's why it's all over. That's why you see all over the thing, because the player leaves the game and they have these like welts and things like that. So I kind of wanted to capture that energy in this collection. Last but not least, the referee. So a referee jersey has black and white stripes on it. Okay, me, the artist I am, I work in black and white a lot. I'm always visually attracted visually. I guess, you know, say attract whatever to that on the field. It captures my attention. So I started breaking the sport down into like, you know, different colors, but going back to this black and white character. Well, the referee uniform, the stripes are 2 inches wide. So on here, these are actually smaller, but I scaled it up to be 2 inches wide to kind of, you know, capture that same idea, kind of pay homage to the ref. The referee actually controls the game a lot of times. You know what I mean? They call these plays. If your team loses, it's always the referee's fault. If you're in the stands, you're yelling, you know, that zebra, this and that. So I wanted to take this key figure that is sometimes not liked, not celebrated, but for me, I really wanted to kind of make it a focal point and celebrate it. I'm the first artist in my family, so I kind of come from this background of you know, not really having people that always are going to root for you or always believe in you. And so taking this one thing that isn't the most positive and making it positive, that's, you know, and then we did the Grey Color collection for kind of a nod to San Francisco, right? Kind of a reputation for being covered in fog all the time. As you can see outside, it ain't true. But, you know, so that's why you see the Grey colorway as well. So we're going to have, if you go to the website, AaronDelaCruz.com, tonight, you're going to see this hoodie, and you'll see a black hoodie that is not here today. You'll see a black t-shirt that's not here today. So we got trick plays, you know, that we're doing ourselves. We'll kind of have a lot of fun with this whole experience. I used to be a teacher. I taught art for 10 years before doing artwork full time. So I think a big part of everything that I do is really kind of adding these like elements of educational moments. Even with this, like, you know, about the 2-inch stripe, a lot of people don't know that a referee jersey has a 2-inch with stripe. So, you know, I like that. I like that I can actually take this thing that I love so much and kind of embed it into the work that I do. Aside from that, we have a lot going on, I should say. So if you follow, I don't know if where this interview is going to go or it's going to live, but we're doing an event after this event that's going to talk more about the collection and celebrate everything that's happening. And then tomorrow in San Francisco, if you're here visiting or even if you live here, be ready, because we're announcing a project that's going to kind of be all about movement. It's going to go all over the entire city. So pay attention to that. Or look out for that, please. At Aaron, or that'll be on Instagram at Aaron De La Cruz.
Wonderful. So one last thing, because you kind of took all my questions and summed everything up for me, so I don't even have to do it. But just talk to me about, or just sum it up in 2 words. What does it feel like having this collection be a staple for Super Bowl 60 here in San Francisco?
Okay. What it feels like to be a staple, I guess I have a hard time saying brand still, but it would be a staple, I guess. Artist. A staple artist for Super Bowl 60. It feels amazing. I never thought I would see the day, especially for myself, you know, growing up as a kid, being in love with the sport. I never thought I'd see the day where my art and what I do would kind of integrate with the sport itself. And then, so not only being able to be, I guess you would say, a role model for my sons. Again, I was kind of circle back. I'm the first artist in my family, so doing this still feels make-believe, right? The job that I have is make-believe. When moments like this happen, it feels even more make-believe. So now I have very proud friends of mine who aren't, you know, they won't always buy the canvas on the wall, but they're super excited to rock this as well. And so I really wanted to make a collection that I think spoke to fans of my work that would wear it. They may not have to be the biggest football fans, but they love it. Hopefully they love the work for what it looks like. And I also wanted to feel to have people who love the sport be like, oh, that's dope. I recognize that. Well, what's going on? That's not a rally. I mean, so I guess that, to me, that's what feels exciting. I hope that it's successful in a way that allows people to see how art and the fine art can actually integrate into like sport. So
it's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.